This was Prayan's game against random opponent chess.com. Opponent started with e4, and now Prayan decided to experiment a little bit.
So Prayan is black.
Yeah, Prayan is black, and he played knight to c6. Any idea what this opening is called? What is it called? Knight f6 is the Alakaine's defense. This is, I think, the Tara. No, not Tara.
Is it trying to play b6 and bishop to b7?
Huh.
Is it
What will white do here?
I think white will like mostly either play knight f2 or play d4.
What will you play?
Knight f3.
Okay. Why are you not playing d4? The d4 is the best move here. Why would you say I don't want the center?
I will play d4 after knight.
After that you might not get d4. No? What if I play e5? Now how will you get d4? If you play d4 it will be a scotch opening, which you might not want. So when you get the chance you should take it. No?
d4.
d4 is what opponent played. Now Prayan has to play
e6.
something in the center, something to control the center squares. He plays d5, which is a bit too much because queen takes,
And knight c3 can
knight c3 can come. Anyway, does that happen? No. Opponent plays bishop to b5.
winning.
So now what will you do if you're black?
If I am black, then I will a6.
a6. That's what Prayan did. Nice. So you're thinking alike. So now opponent decides to play pawn takes pawn. Now Prayan is a little bit surprised. Are you surprised?
No.
You're not surprised, really? 1 second. Yeah. Not surprised?
Yes.
So what will you do here?
Open takes bishop.
And he takes the knight.
And
And-
uske baad then we will take the...
So is this better for black? Or better for white? Did white do correct in doing all this?
No, I don't feel. I think this is
Huh.
kind of made it equal.
Made it equal. So black should be happy about that. So white lost the advantage, you're saying. I would say black is better here. Open queen, open rook.
Yeah.
Pawns in the center.
Is it
Double
Prayan?
pawns are there. Yeah, Prayan is in a better position here. I
No,
would
but
say.
Prayan did play this line.
He played. He took. What else? I mean, he had played a6. Opponent took. So he got to go along with pawn take bishop, no? And now opponent played queen f3. So this is not like a normal quiet game. This is like completely out of the book game. So queen f3, you can't take this pawn
Yeah,
because of the fork.
Yeah,
So what will you do here for black, Anish?
I will play. Queen d5.
Queen d5. Why? Oh, you exchange knight c3.
Then I have to exchange.
Yeah. So if you're going queen d5, you have to explain knight c3, queen takes, knight takes. That's better for white. See, there is a problem in the way you think. Then it's a problem in mindset. You have a position which you're not comfortable or familiar with, but you have a good move of taking this pawn any time. You're completely stopping opponent's play, but you're giving him a good position because you're defending too much. So you don't need to exchange queens. Yeah, bishop b7 is what Prayan played, which is the best move. And now opponent played knight h3. And now what should black do?
Now what should the
Prayan do?
You can do so many things in this position.
What will you do? You can make a decision and tell me.
I will play rook to b8.
Rook to b8, threatening c5. Okay. Then again we have a problem in thinking, Mr. Ansh. The best move is just taking the free pawn. You're afraid something will happen. White has only got 2 active pieces. So you get the pawn, you take the pawn. This you can play anytime. You can even castle and threaten the same thing. So queen takes pawn was played by Prayan. Opponent castled. Now Prayan is a pawn up with a better position. What should black do here, Ansh?
Okay, so black. So black should castle, long castle.
Yeah, that's correct. The advantage is really good for black now. King is safe. It's not as safe as there, but the advantage is rook is already active. And king is relatively safe. White has nothing to do. White hasn't even developed pieces. So no attack at least for the next few moves, which means black can develop and be happy. So now opponent plays bishop to e3. What will you do here, Ansh?
Bishop to e3.
Yeah. By the way, instead of bishop e3, opponent had a good move to get a small advantage. This queen takes pawn,
Okay, so bishop.
but it's risky.
So bishop e3, then what do you say? So queen b2.
Queen b2, sure, no, you'll play this. Yeah, because opening the b file is okay because it's anyway half closed, so it's not going to be a problem. Opponent plays 92 now. Big question: do you take the c pawn as well? You go on a full snacking.
C pawn we should
spree.
rotate. Then
The-
if you take the c pawn and they will bring the rook and start attacking the queen and they will
Huh.
get the
Okay, so c pawn you wouldn't recommend.
yeah.
Yeah, I would also say no. It's better to just go back to f6. By the way, this is still there, but Prayan took the c pawn as well.
Okay,
He
greedy.
plays, yeah, greedy Prayan. He went on a full snacking spree. Now again, opponent can take here, and the game is still developed.
Sometimes this can be that pawn can be
Very
poison
risky.
pawn.
Yeah, because open file. This is not something I would recommend. I mean, it's playable, but the advantage would have been good for black if he just controlled everything. He did this. Now this pawn is hanging. Opponent will get it, and you're just 2 pawns up, but with an open file. B file also open. This is very risky chess by Prayan. Opponent would have directly taken this, but instead he goes knight g5,
I
which is
think-
still good because he can take
Okay.
anyway. Yeah. So now Prayan has to play.
Prayan has to play only one move, right? Yeah. Prayan has to play knight to h6.
Yeah, that's what he does. Takes, takes, takes. Do you like white's position or black's position?
White's position.
Why is that, Ansh?
White's rooks are connected, but blacks are not. And firstly, white's king is safe.
So this piece is yet to develop, so rook's not connected. White's king is
And
safe.
pawns blocking, there's the double pawns and that all.
Okay. 2 pawns extra, nothing. Doesn't matter. That's not a factor
It
at
does
all.
not matter factor because
Okay.
they're weak right now.
Okay, but
Someone
black is also
bishop-
making a threat. Rook takes knight is a threat, which he can do right now if he wants. Can't he?
Yeah.
What about rook takes knight right now? No, that's not good. Apparently, why is it not good?
If you see
Oh,
some-
because this. Wait. Queen takes? Oh, there's a reason why this won't work. Otherwise, it's a very useful move to play. Just exchange of so many pieces with an advantage. But there's a problem. Can you calculate? What is wrong with rook takes knight?
What's the problem on rook takes knight then?
If there's no problem, we should of course do it. No, that should be like our first instinct to go for it.
There was only 2 pieces then for rook.
Huh, which is good for you, right?
Yeah, no.
So then why are we not playing it? So this needs calculation, a little bit of calculation needed. Rook takes knight, bishop takes, queen takes. Why is it not good for black?
Oh, yes, sir, because if we exchange the rooks and queen takes,
Huh.
then why can play rook to d1?
Exactly, and when the queen moves, checkmate.
Checkmate.
Yeah. So I don't know if Prayan realized this because he's not here. I expected him to be here. That's why we're looking at his
They
game.
took it.
No, he didn't. He played rook d7. That's a weird move. I don't know why he played
What
it.
is he doing?
He should have just played e5, no? Develop the bishop.
The bishop is.
Or play
If the
c5.
bishop gets developed and rooks in connected, black is better.
Yeah, good point. I agree with you. But yeah, he plays rook d7. Slightly weird move. He just wants to play e5 with attack. That doesn't get him anything. Now opponent brings the rook in. Maybe he got scared of this. He thought that's going to happen. And now, Prayan plays e5, attacking the queen. That's what he wanted. The queen gives a check. The rook blocks. Queen gives another check. And now black is definitely better. Because white made the king go to safety. And black's bishop is ready to jump into c5 or b4. So this is now a decent advantage for Prayan. Who might that be? It's Srikanth. So now, opponent plays with yeah. Knight f3. Prayan was supposed to come, that's why I took his game. Please sit. Oh, you're sitting up, okay. So, he didn't come. So, we're still looking at his game. You missed the crazy opening part, but okay. Now, Prayan's opponent blunders pretty badly here. And he plays knight to f3. He thought there is some checkmate on that side. Do you understand what he was thinking? Why did he give up his rook? What
Because
is
he was thinking this checkmate.
Queen e8 checkmate? But Srikanth, let's see if he can quickly understand this. What is wrong with the rook takes rook queen e8?
Rook takes rook.
Queen e8, isn't it checkmate? Why it's
No,
not
bishop
winning?
to c8.
Yeah, so that's what opponent missed. Opponent played knight f3, which was a bad move. He should have probably played. What could white do? This is already a tough position. Before knight f3, it is like minus 1.6 because how many pawns? 2 pawns. 2 pawns and black's pieces are active.
Yeah.
So, can you suggest a move for white? If white needs to fight, stay in the game, what should white have done instead of blundering this? Try to think of 2 moves to consider for white. Time to decide. It's not that complicated, just 2 pawns down. White's pieces are also active. So why should white be worried so much? His king is safe. Just a slight advantage for black here. So what should white do? Nothing to do. Got to decide, guys. What is this? You're taking forever for a middle game decision. You need to think of it like it's your game. Then you will make better decisions. If you are white, what will you do?
So instead of why did the opponent play knight to d2? Couldn't the rook could just kill the other rook?
The knight was always there, mister, and then the rook came. It was not like rook was here and then he moved the knight. Knight was always here. Let's think about white's next move. We need to focus. You're just thinking of other things. Think about what white should do now.
Rook fe1.
Rook f e1. Okay, activating the rook makes sense. Any other move to consider apart from rook e1? You should first be thinking about taking the pawn now. You're down 2 pawns, so if you get a chance to take 1 pawn, you should be going for that, no? At least try to see if there's a problem. There is no problem. You can take the pawn if you want. I mean, black will develop the bishop somewhere. c5 problem. No, not c5.
Bishop d6.
It also starts. Yeah, bishop d6 will take that. Taking that pawn is risky because king is there. So after that, we move the queen somewhere to
And the
h5.
bishop is aiming on the g2 pawn.
Yeah, but you still get a pawn, right? So you're saying we shouldn't take?
No,
Just because
I'm saying not the g7.
G pawn. Yeah. So that will not take, but we at least get 1 pawn back and the next pawn is doubled. So we kind of equal material. So this is the first thing we have to consider. Then the best move is actually rook here. Because when kings are on opposite sides, you have to get your attack going. So you should not let black develop his bishop here and play peacefully. So rook c1 is very much required. This pawn doesn't matter. I mean, it's defended for now.
After rook c1, what about rook takes knight?
The queen is hanging. You will just take the queen, mister. So queen has to run and then you can move the knight or bring the next rook in. So in the game, opponent played knight f3, thinking there's a checkmate. Prayan saw it, no checkmate. So he took. Opponent gave a check, and to his horror, he saw Prayan's bishop go to c8, and he's down a rook, a full rook down. And now he calmly takes the e pawn, which he should have done before, but without the rook. Now Prayan has to just, what should he do?
Just trade pieces.
Yeah, which means what should he play?
Rook takes f4.
Yeah, we start with rook takes rook, king takes, I think king takes back. Yeah, king takes back, or only. And now Prayan plays pawn to b4. What would you have done here for black? You're up a rook, this king isn't safe anymore.
Queen to d1.
And after he blocks,
Then I'll play bishop to b4.
bishop to b4. Then he will move bishop. You can trade.
Yeah.
Trade everything.
Trade everything.
Yeah, that's one way to play this. Prayan was more ambitious. That's why he played b4. Can you see
So
why
you
he...
can play bishop.
So
Why did he play b4?
because then queen takes pawn and then he's trying to promote.
Queen takes pawn? No, he is
No, sir, I
not. He is
think-
not that
Bishop
silly
a6.
to say I'm up a rook, I want a new queen.
So I think
So
it's
three
like
moves.
bishop a6.
Yeah, just bishop b6. Why? Oh.
No, sir, bishop a6 and move and queen d1 and knight d1
Yeah,
and
yeah,
bishop
yeah. So same thing as before. Queen d1 check, knight blocks, and then bishop a6, or in the other order,
Yeah,
any
same.
order you want. So he is more ambitious. He doesn't want to just go for queen check directly. He wants mate. So now opponent stops it. How will he stop it? Can he? He just make space for the king. Yeah. G3.
Luft.
Luft for the king. G3. But here, opponent somehow decided, let me give up the... Oh, he thought he can try for a draw. Not stalemate with 100 pieces on the board. What is stalemate? Draw is not equal to stalemate. Draw is just draw. Stalemate is one... Can you leave the carpet alone?
Yes, sir.
Draw is just... I mean, stalemate is one of the ways a game ends in a draw.
So stalemate equals draw, but draw is not equal to stalemate.
No, it's not. Stalemate cannot equal draw. Stalemate is a draw. I mean, you're saying...
Yes, the stalemate is.
They don't mean the same thing. Stalemate is just one
It doesn't mean the same
way
thing.
of a game ending in a draw. So equal to basically means it's the same thing. So people can use it. It's both sides it can happen if you put equal. So now opponent takes. Opponent is going for a repetition. Is there a repetition? A threefold perpetual check over here. King is pretty alone. Is there a draw?
No, sir.
No.
No.
Queen takes pawn.
Queen takes pawn, bishop.
Bishop blocks.
Queen a5.
Then we have king to d8.
Queen check. Where are you running? Not that simple. So this happened. Bishop e7.
So begin with
queen
draw.
f5. No, you have to decide. Is there a draw? So this is like a draw now. Because this repetition is a very common pattern. Like if there's bishop here, king here, there's no way to escape the draw, the repetition. But there is one twist which you have to understand. Try to have a good hard long answer position and see why is this not a draw. Almost a draw. Almost. Just opponent had it. But he doesn't. Because
Second,
Yeah.
bishop a6 and queen c7 and king a8.
and queen d8. How are you escaping all the checks? Or yeah, queen d8. King b7, queen d7. That won't escape the checks. No? Your king is alone with just a bishop. You guys are looking at it, but you're missing something very, very
Let
important.
me think, sir.
You don't need to think, just look. I love these moments, you know, where when I tell you the point, you'll be like, oh, what? How did I not? Shall I? I don't want to miss that moment.
Okay, fine, yeah.
Bishop a6 comes with a check. There is no check. It's a check. It's a check to your king. Otherwise, it was probably a draw. But now it's mate. Because king moves mate. King moved here.
Oh my god.
And Prayan finished off the game with queen e2 check.
I know why I didn't get it.
Prayan should have been here to see this. But
Sir, before this I was playing basketball and the basketball hit my head. Okay, that's fine.
okay, so concussion.
Yeah.
Such a very good excuse.
But for Hans, there's no excuse. He's been looking at the game for a long time.